Georgia Tech staff has been absolutely good. My God. When you look top to bottom how many people they've lost, it don't make no sense, bro. Blake Gideon is the next one. And you would never think this, but he is going back to Texas to serve as a defensive analyst, basically a higher defensive position compared to being a defensive coordinator. He obviously bleeds orange, bleeds Texas. He's obviously out there coaching the DBs, but after 1 year as a DC, he's going back to Austin. Now, I know what some people may say, Naj, why would he decide to leave to go for that position? I'm not too entirely sure, but I know this staff has been gutted for Georgia Tech. When you look at Coach Corey Peoples, he's no longer there and returning with the staff. Neither is Darius Eubanks, who's the linebackers coach this year. Now the defensive coordinator is going after just one season on the flats. They've also lost pretty much all of their offensive coaches. They brought in Allen Mogridge to replace, obviously, Jeep Wade, who left for Nebraska. They lost offensive coordinator Buster Faulkner, and two players are following him into the portal who's likely going to land with Florida, and Bailey Stockton and Aaron Philo. Then you have all the coaches they lost that was associated with Buster Faulkner as well. It's been expected that Trent McKnight is going to obviously sign with Florida as well. The whole staff is gutted, bro. I mean, they went 9-4 this year, but it's like, if you coach Key, how do you replace all of that? In one off season, mind you, your quarterback just graduated, Haynes King. He's no longer going to be there. You have Graham Knowles. They do have some interest in doing a good job in the portal so far. Going to have Bo Pribula on campus to visit. But it's like, yo, how do you replace all that and then get the players you need as well at the portal at the same time? And there has not even been an offensive coordinator announcement yet either, and the portal opened today at midnight. So now it's like, yo, how do you replace this? How do you put yourself in a position to be successful? It's hard. That's why I said I think it's going to be 2 to 3 years till they get back, because how do you get your entire staff gutted and then go play competitive football the next year? Of course, you're going to replace guys, bring new guys in that you have good relationships with. That's a given. But it's like, how does that all mesh in 1 year with unknowns at, after Malachi Hosley, who's going to, be the next running back for them, right? Is it Traylon Maddox? Does he stay? Does he hit the portal? What happens there? Wide receiver room, like, you're going to need more pieces there. You were able to keep Isaiah Kenyon, looks like, but you lost Stockton, no Malik Rutherford, no Eric Rivers, no Dean Patterson. Your wide receiver core is completely eradicated. Defensively, obviously you lose some key pieces: Jordan Vandenberg, Matthew Alexander, Jason Moore, Akilo Stone. Like, all those guys are gone. And then you lose two of your starting caliber cornerbacks, Rodney Shelley and Amari Harvey, who obviously, they're graduating as well. And then you had several depth pieces that entered the transfer portal: DJ Moore, Christian Pritchett. So it's like, how do you replace all of that if you coach Key? Now, when we talk about Blake Gideon, right, it was a decent first season for them. They showed some flashes, right? Clemson game, Colorado, Georgia game. But now you're going to have to retool that completely. Now, Coach Key did a great job before Blake Gideon came in, getting Tyler Santucci, but he left for the Ravens linebacker job. But now you're going to have to go completely new. And if you're Georgia Tech, how do you stay in the race for some of these top recruits and some of these top guys when, a lot of people didn't left? And what was good for Georgia Tech was they had two recruits committed for the 2027 class in Jordan Christie and Keon Stanford, but they reopened their recruitment. So Georgia Tech's in a really tough spot right now with the portal being open. Still a lot of question marks on who they're going to hire at certain key position coaches, who's going to be the offensive coordinator. Now you got to replace your defensive coordinator. Now it looks like Georgia Tech's in a really tough spot, and it could be a rough 2026, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next. But y'all know what to do, man. Follow me for more college football content.